Performance objective. The program establishes and implements eligibility criteria in accordance with performance standards. Program staff conducts an in-person interview with each family. Program staff may interview the family over the phone if an in-person interview is not possible or convenient for the family. Verify information and create an eligibility determination record for enrolled participants. Age requirements. For early Head Start, except when a child is transitioning to Head Start, a child must be an infant or a toddler younger than 3 years old. For Head Start, a child must be at least 3 years old or turn 3 years old by the date used to determine eligibility for the public school in the community in which the Head Start program is located. This is September 1st, and be no older than the age required to attend school. Eligibility requirements. A child is eligible if the family income is equal to or below the poverty line. The family is eligible or, in the absence of child care, would be potentially eligible for public assistance, including TANF. The child is homeless as defined in Part 1305. The child is in foster care, or if the family does not meet criteria of this section, the program may enroll a child who would benefit from the service, provided that these participants only make up 10% of the program's enrollment. Additional allowances. The program may enroll an additional 35% of participants whose families do not meet a criterion and whose income is below 130% of the poverty line. Verifying age. Program staff must verify a child's age. However, the program policies and procedures do not require families to provide documents that confirm a child's age, if doing so would create a barrier for the family to enroll the child. To verify age, program staff must use a certified birth certificate, record of birth, medical records, court documents, or other. Verifying eligibility. To verify eligibility based on income, program staff must use tax forms, pay stubs, or other proof of income to determine the family income for the relevant time period. If the family cannot provide tax forms, pay stubs, or other proof of income for the relevant time period, program staff may accept written statements from employers, including individuals who are self-employed, for the relevant time period to use information provided to calculate total annual income with appropriate multipliers. Verifying eligibility. If the family reports no income for the relevant time period, the program may accept the family's signed declaration to that effect if program staff 1. Describe efforts made to verify the family income and explain how the family's total income was calculated, or seek information from third parties about eligibility if the family gives written consent. If a family gives consent to contact third party, program staff must adhere to program safety and privacy policies and procedures to ensure eligibility determination record. If a family cannot demonstrate a significant change in income for the relevant time period, program staff may consider current income circumstances. To verify whether a family is eligible or, in the absence of child care, would potentially be eligible for public assistance, the program must have documentation from the state, local, or tribal public agency that shows the family either receives public assistance or that shows the family is potentially eligible to receive public assistance. To verify whether a family is homeless, a program may accept a written statement from a homeless service provider, school personnel, or other agency attesting that the child is homeless, or any other documentation that indicates homelessness, including documentation from public or private agency, a declaration, information gathered on enrollment or application forms, or notes from an interview with staff to establish the child is homeless, or any other document that establishes homelessness. Homelessness. If a family can provide one of the documents described, program staff must describe efforts made to verify the accuracy of the information provided and state whether a family is eligible because they are homeless. If a family cannot provide one of the documents described to prove the child is homeless, a program may accept the family's signed declaration to that effect if, in the written statement, program staff describe the child's living situation that meets the definition of homelessness in Part 1305. Program staff may seek information from third parties who have first-hand knowledge about the family's living situation if the family gives written consent. If the family gives consent to contact third parties, program staff must adhere to program privacy policies and procedures and ensure the eligibility determination record. Foster care. To verify whether a child is in foster care, program staff accepts either a court order or other legal or government-issued document, a written statement from a government welfare official that demonstrates the child is in foster care, or proof of a foster care payment. Eligibility duration. If a child is determined eligible under this section and is participating in a Head Start program, he or she will remain eligible through the end of the succeeding program year, except that the Head Start program may choose not to enroll a child when there are compelling reasons for the child not to remain in Head Start, such as when there is a change in the family's income and there is a child with a greater need for Head Start services. Children who are enrolled in a program receiving funds under the authority of Section 64(5)(a) of the Act remain eligible while they participate in the program. Eligibility is re-verified for children that are terminated or withdraw from the program. If a child moves from early Head Start program to a Head Start program, program staff verify the family's eligibility again. The program ensures, when possible, continuity of care for enrolled children. Records. The program keeps eligibility determination records for each participant and ongoing records of eligibility training for staff. Each eligibility determination record must include copies of any documents or statements, including declarations that are deemed necessary to verify eligibility. A statement that program staff has made reasonable efforts to verify information by conducting either an in-person or telephone interview with family, describing efforts made to verify eligibility, collecting document requirements for third-party verification that includes the family's written consent to contact each third party, the third-party name, titles, and affiliations, and information from third parties regarding the family's eligibility. A statement that identifies whether the family's income is below income guidelines for its size and lists the family's size, the family is eligible or, in the absence of child care, potentially eligible for public assistance. The child is a homeless child, or the child is in foster care. The family was determined to be eligible under the criterion. The program keeps eligibility determination record for those currently enrolled as long as they are enrolled and for 1 year after they have either stopped receiving services or are no longer enrolled. Program policies and procedures on violating eligibility determination regulations. Disciplinary action will be taken against staff who intentionally violate federal and program eligibility determination regulations and who enroll pregnant women and children that are not eligible to receive early Head Start or Head Start services. Employees who are guilty of misrepresenting family eligibility information or coaching families to misrepresent such information will be disciplined, depending on circumstances, by immediate termination, reassignment to another position that removes them from the ERC process, or other disciplinary action that suit the individual circumstances of the misrepresentation. The program trains all governing body, policy council, management, and staff who determine eligibility on applicable federal regulations and program policies and procedures. Training must, at a minimum, include methods on how to collect complete and accurate eligibility information from families and third-party sources. Incorporate strategies for treating families with dignity and respect, for dealing with possible issues of domestic violence, stigma, and privacy, and explain program policies and procedures that describe actions taken against staff, families, or participants who attempt to provide or intentionally provide false information. Training for management and staff members who make eligibility determination within 90 days of hiring new staff. Training for all governing body and policy council members within 180 days of beginning the term of a new governing body or policy council. Application. Application process is completed with the family by family service or designated staff. All applications will be reviewed for verification of child's age, family income, or disabilities. Enter application. Applications are entered into Child Plus. After the enrollment paperwork is verified, the site supervisor recategorizes the child's status as enrolled in Child Plus and sends an email regarding the status changes to the program manager.